here driving along, opining to myself to the open air, as I always do, which is how I've gotten such a fan base, and reminiscing on one of the more reprehensible characters that they've put around me. The guy at the CSL blood plasma place. This guy oh my god, bald, white, pasty, enormous. He laid on his back and had to push his belly out of the way, dip it. So dip it with his arm and look over. One of the most disgusting things. Real charmer. This is, and he had a bracelet and under his shirt. Oh man. He's on his back, laying on his back, giving blood. Under his shirt, which doesn't go over the fold, of course, it's like a tent, veil. The veil of a tent that you can lift up a little and have this little vestibule to loiter under. That's what his belly was doing, clinging to this fucking shirt, but it left this vagina-looking orifice. And John William has the same thing. It's these horribly fat, disgusting individuals have this. It looks like a cleft lip of a cat, but under the belly button, around underneath its own enormous fat. Absolutely disgusting. Real engaging in conversation. They provoked it. Don't care to explain it. But long story short, this guy gets a woman who'd always been sweet. It's if I see her there, I would say hi because she's just pleasant. And she doesn't have a lot of confidence. And this fucking moron sees me speaking into my phone. And if I was dictating a message to myself, and it again comes down to freedom of, do you have the right to record yourself within private forum? Now I would argue, private forum probably doesn't give access to the truth against its own censure ever, but it's always wrong. And this paramilitary thing operates within these private forums. That's why Planet Fitness became so tense. Their ownership hates me because now they got to open their camera because listen to that mayhem. Because they have to open up their cameras and stuff to a Big Brother who Winston comes to love. I know they're my friend, or at least they're invested for some reason in me not being mutilated or heretofore. So, he literally has discussed this with the young lady, the single mother at the blood place who works there, vulnerable as to her job, and if he leans on her, says, it'd be an awful shame if you had, he's playing on this boys club as though I think that I've seen it enough times around me. They always bring around me the ugliest or fattest, often both, piece of male shit they can find. And they are abundant. And they come in a diverse variety of disgusting characteristics of just what I just pick on. They come around me and just do bullshit. So I just say, what, you're doing that because of this. And I'll point out what about them they know. And among their myriad deficiencies, what is most unsightly. But this moron, I guess it was all three of them. The young lady who isn't very confident, but she's probably lonely. Big girls are often lonely. First they're hurt, and then they're lonely. And, nights are long for getting through. Many just find something to chew. That's not supposed to be derogatory. It's the truth. We grow from the truth. We don't fear the truth and hate it. You hear this alarm? as though you could see it. Okay. Well, this guy, it was, so there's the young lady who's the big girl, and this, guy, a big purple mohawk, counter-called, like, you know, one of these spaz freaks, being some zoologic avatar that they produce. It's just like this. You find something besides a fucking bird that has pink anything or purple fucking anything. You find me something in zoology that has these color anythings, and that's the fucking hair this guy has. Big mohawk. And they say, like, him and the big girl do something, and then this fat moron laughs from many yards away. And he's always paying attention. Oh my god, it's always some numbskullery. And so I just start making fun of him. Loud enough so he can hear, but not loud enough to where it's like I'm talking directly to him. Because and then, like, as I'm doing, I've got just text message videos, which take up less than a megabyte, usually. And they're really economical if my storage is depleting. Like, this is already a 6 minute and 40-second video, hardly discussed anything. This fucking moron gets in on the fun. Like, he's trying to, like, I could tell it's one of these paramilitary leaders. Take a fat lump of shit, like, fill him with a validity at being included among the local white slug groups, which are numerous, which are, you know, voluminous in its many contexts there, but they are disgusting. And one of the first times I did it, I'm talking into my phone. Like, I just happen to, you know, do what everybody does. Just talking to your phone and pointing at the thing that you're making fun of. And this idiot waves down the young lady, the single mother, whose job is vulnerable, who's an excellent worker, as I've only seen. Only personable, only industrious, like, she's directing orders when people need her. Hey, what do I do? And she's pointing them where to go. I mean, she knows her job. She's good at her job, as far as I've seen. And trust me, this whore will wear these scars on my veins the rest of my life. They've been so tapped. That's not even close to an exaggeration. This woman, he gets her attention, this fat, enormous piece of shit. An offensive thing to have it. He had a beaded bracelet too. You unfuckable slug. As though you spit in society's face. Thinking you are not anybody. As though I need to tell people, indeed, this thing is one of the most repugnant things you'll ever lay eyes on. As though I need to fucking tell them that. But he is. It's disgusting. And that's what this local paramilitary apparatus does with the locals. It puts us think of like a mob. This thing of ours, it's just municipal. Every place in the country does it. Every country in the world does it. These things are ancient anthropological. These mechanisms that are quasi-official. It's weaving around your own man's own conceptual structure, meandering around it to achieve, you know, whatever end is agreed upon. But they put this kind of guy, especially around here, a fascist, homoeroticism like the paramilitary around here, which is so, like, they are so affrontive towards me. They hate me. This is how much I think of it, that I just roll around in the night explaining away any power they fucking have by saying exactly what they do. shine a little light on something in gray darkness, that dark, like, it goes a long way. And this is deep darkness. But they put a big, deliberately offensive looking person as now a captain around here. Like an underboss, but like one of the superior underbosses. And it's like, so the local, place like the Blood Place. He's approaching these guys, these people on a semi-official basis. And, okay, there's this guy, he's gonna bring some company with him. And cruise every time. Well, I mean, like, if we need you to act a certain way this day, like, they've made it so, now they're just being petty. Like, sometimes they'll need to not have me there, so they'll try to get me out as soon as possible when it's not busy. But it's like, then when it's also not busy, they'll let me loiter. It's just, I don't give a shit. But little effect, based on what, like, a sub-boss like this, it's too irking emotion out of me. But then this idiot getting in on it. And the young lady and the moron with the mohawk, as though he can still be counted as a person whose respect, who I can show any respect to or need to take seriously or consider the opinions of it all, as though they might impact mine, other than to detract if they should be the same. But, so this idiot though, looks over at this vulnerable single mother who needs this job and is good at this job. Until they made it, like, these things were going on for years, so it's always just a hostile environment. No matter how I approach an environment, I'm going into it all with the environment hostile against me all the time. I don't give a shit. Why do you think I got such a fucking tough spine? Because I fucking caved to these ugly nitwits? Ugh. And one of you shall chase away 1,000. A band of you shall clear away a nation of these fucking things. These ugly fucking idiots send the ugliest thing around. It's to impose that an even uglier order around here. Like, this is something that biology or zoology in no way has persuaded your average, subject onto this thing's primacy. But it doesn't matter what you fucking think. I'm assigning this guy's validity, this guy's primacy. And that's what they do around here. This is Dennis Hester's hunting ground. How many times can one reference that? And you guys, and anyone who hears it's like, what does that mean? This Bambi is on full hunt around here. That Bambi's prey for everybody around here. That's what that means. And it's like some places have a more tangible buffer between, like, though every place is just run by now, certainly in the digital age, this modern enormous pervert apparatus. But some places, like, you wouldn't, there's still some towns in America where, like, to see the Y-Pack with a little girl's almost nude vagina, just like there. So it's like, you can concentrate, as the Lord said, who's going to survive? Who will abide the everlasting fire? Him that turns away from evil. So it's like, the eye wants to go look at this skin. And certainly what's underneath this little flap of a leotard spread in the air of this little girl's vagina. That's what the mind wants to do. That's what the eye wants to do. I'm not afraid of these truths. You people are afraid of these truths. That's why they do it, though. That's why sex and advertising is so effective, because the eye can't help it. It's skin. If you put eyes there, eyes will also attract, and it's like you can't help it. But, so if you're going to abide, Jesus, and it's not like he's telling you you're going to go to hell if you look at this questionable advertising, but it's like, no, but that's how you're seen, is like, this is okay with you. I just think it's awkward. And it's like, these idiots watch everything I do, even before, like, I was like public enemy number one. You can't help but admire, with this shirt off, I guess I could flatter myself, but I won't. This nice rippling body and a handsome face. And you know who likes to smile? Because smiling's fun when the hormones are there. Otherwise, these behavioralists or whatever, this is bullshit. You can't just smile and feel bad. That doesn't... You're misunderstanding smiles! You're misunderstanding the notion. There is chemical, you smile over it. End of discussion! But that idiot is there to be this repugnant thing. And these men, it's becoming so hostile. If I had just the data and could upload these, it takes, for a 30-minute video, it's like a 3-day process to have the battery and take the video, upload the video. Should never take that long, but it's all based around battery and being able to use the battery, because just this alone probably it just drains battery, even on this brand new phone. But even an upload. But that's what they do. They make you, if I don't watch the screen tick for tick, then the upload dramatically halts. So that it makes you touch the screen. Every time I now touch the screen, I'm losing, according to what it's told, this, it has power. It'll still have power even after 0%, but it's not going to let you use that power. It's programmed not to. It's disprogrammed. So it makes you do, if you don't have it watches your eyes. My thing opens on a face opener. I don't type a password except when I restart the phone. But even that's not safe. It just gives you the illusion of safety. They can't just take the dimensions in your eyes and someone else is similar and put your face there. It's so manipulable. And the more technologized it gets, the more manipulable it is, but the thicker the bullshit that makes you think you're safe. But it makes you do the pull down screen so that every time, if you don't do the pull down, if you don't have the phone lit and your eyes watching it, it goes nowhere. Almost nowhere, 0.3, 0.2 megabytes, every tick. So, and then it only does it on every millionth tick instead of every thousandth. So, but these ticks are, nanoseconds up in the sky, like the nonstop correspondence. But they're just such scumbags. It's to drain the battery. Every time you look at the screen, but if you don't look at the screen, it's not going to upload. But every time you look at the screen, it detracts, and it has to light up. It detracts, and it justifies its thing, registering it on the percentage that it drained this much battery when it didn't. It's just manipulated. How did we get there? This stupid idiot, which by any means has been neither biologically or zoologically is done anything that would persuade a normal person to treat it as though it's still human. This thing lays on its back and has to mat down its huge stomach. You're just hating on fat people. No, this is a fat moron who also wears a beaded bracelet of some sort of it looks like petrified wood. It's classy as a bracelet for an enormous fat idiot wearing Hawaiian shorts. It's just it can fit into these swim trunk kind of things. In the midst of what they were doing, all he needed to show me that was that this is a pre-thing. This is a pretense I'm watching unfold before me with anticipation. And then I set to work. That's how this works. And I just make fun of this thing and tell it what it's doing and make fun of it. What a stupid tactic every time. And every time they crumble. And this idiot, you should see his body position when he first does it. Open, I think this thing that's just some piece of shit wearing this fat moron's dead body, because it knows that nothing can't not hate what it sees. And it can just try to, like Nurse Ratched, just, how do you like it that even me, this fat, enormous ball of shit, and shapeless jelly, how do you like that even me, I can defy you if I want, as though I even had authority, but I don't care about your beautiful face, these things are about that. They're abomination. But if you say that they're going to commit me, so I don't really believe in that officially. There's no proof of it. I can't prove it. But I mean, that's what it. That's why I don't officially condone that viewpoint that they were actually wearing a dead body. But the other explanation is that this guy is just so fucking stupid. That's what this coddled culture has done. You need to hate that thing. That thing is nothing like a role model you want to emulate. This thing is disgusting in every way and showing me it in his behavior. Like, I wouldn't just take immediate repulse against this fucking thing just for being in the midst of my beautiful presence, you idiots. I'd be like, I would hardly even notice, okay, whatever. There is another person there who's not a female and therefore gets no attention from me. I don't regard you. Once I see you're not a female, you're not a hot female, you're not a female that I'm perhaps interested in looking at more, well then, what am I? I'm not trying to rub your fat nose in your fat mistake of your fat ass, which chewed down its loneliness every day. Or it's an abomination, something wearing the ugliest disguise it can to behave ugly. That's all it is. They use these disgusting ugly disguises to behave ugly. You wouldn't be that. Whatever Bundy, this beautiful serial killer. That's how that doesn't make that guy got prison letters and how much they loved him. But wow, gross is that? But that's not how you. If you think serial killer, you don't think a beautiful person. It's not biological. These things literally go by that same missing fucking hormone in that idiot, that scumbag serial killer. It's usually not absent with such aesthetic. Such aesthetic is meant to draw society. This is zoology. This is biology. Welcome to class. But this fat moron calls the single mother from across the room. The first time I go like this and start talking to myself, but hardly talking to myself. He probably can't even hear by this point. I'm just putting him on my camera and kind of whispering, look at this fucking thing that has gotten involved in this fuckfest and thinks that I am here to, he shall chew the flesh of the fat and tear their claws in pieces. But what, Lord, should he socialize? Chew the fat? What, is he socialize? Oh, literally, you're a fat moron. Your opinion is less by virtue of what you're showing me without even fucking speaking a thing. I know your opinion is less. You don't have the sense not to look like that. You can't get mad at God if you don't make yourself compelling for somebody's company. If you get married and you don't keep yourself the same company that this person fell in love with and you just become a fat moron, you're on a clear. Her name, she's somewhere in there. But this thing is not the person I married. She's somewhere in there, deep in one of those folds. But I married this. He brings the picture of, look at how absolutely, fuckable is offensive. Look at how glamorous this thing is. This is not this, Your Honor. And Your Honor's I am torn. The law says this, and we are dumb morons, all of us, to the law, and cannot see and discern between, irresistible forces of human fucking cognition and emotion. And then this guy calls this woman, the single mother who he can manipulate, from across the room, and she's like, are you on your phone? This woman has been nothing but pleasant to me until this fat ball of how this fucking fat ass, this disgusting fat ass who I have to post this, damn, torn between that too. Do I care to ever, I'm leaving these places anyway. And where I'm going, I wouldn't have an address, so I won't be able to harm myself anyway. So it's I want to prove my point by putting this guy, but then that'll be grounds for them to kick me out. because like they hate that I record anything. And this guy's part of the paramilitary thing, the apparatus, the anti-expression apparatus. Hey, it's one of those that I always thought, like, why would you keep me alive and let me go and say all these things, which, I mean, even if I'm just talking to your guys, they can't resist it. My words, did they not grab hold on your fathers, says the Lord in Zechariah? These things, they hang on my every fucking word. But I am penniless and homeless. 45 degrees yesterday and my toes are numb. It's terrible. These things are disgusting. Oswego is the best one. I like Oswego, easily the best. They've not given me a problem. And they have something that I'm not going to mention, which is an excellent resource for me. But I won't tell you because they'll have to take it away. This idiot goes and tells on me to her. She from across the room as though, I don't. I'm not often on my phone. So if I'm talking like this, talking into my phone, like, I've seen people do that everywhere. Certainly there. But she has to make this point with me because the fat moron is there to tell on me. And then he finally musters the courage to look at me like for 20 seconds and like that is a zoologic thing. Whether you know it or not, in a moment of contention like that, that's animals like at a highest square off before then would become a brawl or whatever, or some sort of other more pertinent competition between them interpersonally. But this idiot's now looking at me for like 20 seconds. And that's supposed to, like, if you're having that contention with somebody, that plays with your heart, literally. Like, you're playing like a mental strength of heart between each other. And it's like, all I can think, what do you expect? Do you think you could be the local pedophile boss, this vile, violent thing among violent things, violent, scared little things. You couldn't get me to feel anything intimidated about you. That guy's just there. You see that? Now he's got to move. But he was just literally just parked there. That's how, from that far away, that is supposed to be scary. These things are so fucking stupid. Tinted windows, bright headlights, pimple dick. These things are so fucking stupid. My little camera, my fucking lightsaber here, has just fucking put these little pimple dicks in their place in a way that they never thought could happen. And nations, you shall be confounded for all of your power. They all have just sent people to try to intimidate me into silence. I don't care what you fucking think. My opinion is more pertinent because it's better founded on an intellect that is considered the thing before. Guaranteed. When all you are is alone, your conversation becomes analytic, just like random things. You stumble upon knowledge, really. Like the most accidental genius ever. It's like, I didn't need to be this smart. They made me this smart. Where I can now see I can just see fucking straight, all of it, just all Ezekiel's wheels become so apparent. But that idiot looked at me for 20, it's like, this is supposed to like have even if you're being brave, like, there's still that kind of, well, here we get serious. But oh my, I can only just look at you with a disgust that you are an inferior. I have to publish those videos. This is what CSL, LA Fitness had homos, like big gorilla homos, just like they're like pretty much sniffing you. These animals. Animals too good a word. I fucking love animals. They're the only things I love. Yeah, trees are okay. Yeah, sure, trees are okay too. Yeah, trees and animals. Sure. Grass, there's a shitload of bugs in there. You can't even step on grass without like having 8 ants crawling you. That shit's fucking weak. Nature has some shit ideas. But, these animals. I'd lost the thought. It was good. Can you hear that freight train going by? See that guy parked still there? Is that same guy? No. But it's one of their local. So like these they'll come in like sniff. They don't really do the sniff, but like they might as well be like sniffing, like just, or like one of those big glottal ones that like just like to give me a full thing of this, like just like a bear pig thing. But they're disgusting. Every place I go has dumb shit like this waiting for me to go there. This is America. You're not supposed to think. Whoa. You're not here to think. Why do you think? Oh, there I go making myself look foolish. You're not there to think. You think? It's like your politicians. Like the conversation between who's controlling them is like, excuse me.